Okay, so this is my chorus pedal. There's nothing fancy about it. Made it myself. It's pretty beat up because I love this pedal. It's a great pedal. It's basically a Boss C2 with a few interesting twists to it, but yeah, that's about it. Now, here's the exact same circuit, okay? Also made it myself. It's an exact replica of that thing, with the only difference being that I can use it inside my analog multi-effects, which, if you're not familiar with it, I'm gonna leave a link to, a video where I get into detail of what this is and what it can do. Okay, but yeah, it's like any other multi-effects, meaning you have a lot of effects that you can set up and arrange however you like. Then you stomp on a button and settings come up and you play. That's it. Now the main difference is this thing is completely analog. The signal goes in, goes out, never gets digitalized. It's completely analog. Also, you're not restricted to whatever effects this came with. I make my clones of whatever pedals I like, and I stick them in, and I can use them. So it's like a big Nintendo, and these are my games, and I can play them all at the same time. It's great. So, if this thing and that thing are the exact same thing, so what's the point of all this? Okay, first, let me show you this pedal very quick. Okay, hold on. Let me show you the bypass first. Straight to the amp. Turn it on. It's a C2 sound. That's my basic setting. That's what I use a lot, or at least that's my starting point, okay? Like any C2, you have a depth control. This one goes a bit crazy because I extend the range of those knobs, but yeah. More depth. More speed. I also added a mix control, like the bass version of this chorus. It's got a mix control. You can dial it down. It almost disappears. Okay, I rarely ever use that, but it does come in handy when I use some crazy settings. Okay, but let's dial it down a bit. Go to vibrato mode. Vibrato mode. You can also adjust the tone of the vibrato signal. Always cracking like I'm 12. See, it's dark. That's right. Okay, let's go back into the chorus mode. Now, the most interesting part about this pedal is I can change the range of the delay that's applied to the vibrato or whatever. You get a different sound. Like you got the chorus sound. That's more like a phaser-like thing, very Pink Floyd or whatever. Like. It's a great sound. And if you go all the way up with the depth and like take the rate all the way down. It's almost got like a flanger quality to that. I mean, I don't know. It's not exactly that, but it's a great sound. Also, if you move this all the way this way, you get like, hold on, let me adjust the rate and depth again. You get this. You get like that crazy vibrato, and if you get rid of the depth of the oscillator, let me show you the clean. It's a bypass. It's almost like a slapback, almost like a doubling. I don't know. I really like it. And if you add a distortion to that, it just gives you like a very fat, thick sound. I'm gonna show that later. But yeah, that's my pedal. You can do a lot of things. Okay, all those sounds are nice and fun and everything, but I mean, usually just stick to one sound that works and you're stuck with that because you don't spend an entire gig like going down on your knees and changing settings as you go and switching between songs. You don't carry 15 pedals either, so you're stuck with one sound basically. So that's where this thing gets fun. So I'm gonna stick it in right quickly and show you something. Oh, I should edit this out. Probably won't. I'm gonna get rid of that thing, See, that's off. It's dead. Okay, so we open the Nintendo. Stick the game in. Come on. There you go. power it on. I'll leave this here because it looks nice. See that thing? It's dead now. Still on bypass, right? Now, let me show you my starting point. The first setting I used today. Got it loaded here. Sounds similar, not the same, because these knobs move, these don't. These I just store the memory and that's the sound I get. That already is great, okay? Now, if I want to turn the depth and rate up, like I did before. Beautiful. Now, if I want to mess with the mix like I did today, I want to just load that setting. I turn it up, turn it down. If I want to show the vibrato mode that I used earlier, it was the darker version of that. Right? Or I want to go to the Pink Floyd short delay range, whatever. Or the flangy, I don't know. Sounds great. Now if I want to go to the long, crazy, stupid delay I never use, but I love it. Or get rid of the LFO and just have that slapback doubling thing. Or add overdrive, like I said, it sounds great. Let me disable the chorus for a second here so that you can hear how the overdrive sounds on its own. Basically like a tube screamer. Turn it on again. It's a great sound, right? I love it. It's a great sound. Okay, yeah, and then there's other things that I couldn't do with this thing because they're either way too complicated to dial in or I can add other effects. Like, for example, here I had stored, yeah, this is like a chorus with a phaser, both at like a mid speed, just because I can. It's this exact same chorus in a Phase 90 on steroids that I have. This is not IR, by the way. The phaser is also like a thing like this, that I clone the effect and I stick it in. It's an analog thing. Or the phasey Pink Floyd slow chorus with a slow phaser. I could do this. It's a great sound. And if I want to do the slow short chorus for reference again, like I show you this. And I want to make it quicker. So it's like I got a Leslie and I can switch between speeds with two presets. It doesn't sound like a Leslie, but I mean, it's a chorus pedal that I'm getting like two sounds out of it. That's already great. I mean, that I couldn't do with this pedal. I would have to, I don't know, have an external switch or whatever. But I can do it with this. And it's the same circuit that I used for all those other sounds. And that is awesome. But now that I said Leslie, I have this next setting. Now I'm gonna split the signal. I'm gonna send the same amp I've been using. You're gonna hear it on your left ear. And so get some headphones or get decent speakers. And I have another amp right there with another microphone that I'm gonna send now to the right that you've not heard so far. So I have this sound. How about I split the signals? I send the wet this way, the dry this way. I can do the same thing. I can go slower if I want it. Now, how about I do the normal chorus in stereo? Or I can do the normal chorus, wet and dry this way, and the phaser, wet and dry this way. That was this setting. Or do the same, but only the wet signals. This is going to be a vibrato this way and a phaser vibrato this way. Just, I don't know, because I can. This is the full signals. This is just the wet signal. And I make it faster. Flow. Oh. And there's a lot more that I can do with that. Let me bypass that. Okay, so what I'm trying to achieve with this video, what's the point of this palaver? Not really. I'm just showing off. I could act like one of those douchey Instagram influencers and tell you that if you set your mind on a goal and believe in it, you can get anything accomplished like I did. Like fulfilling my dream that it started when I was like 12 years old and was sitting with my dad by the fire, listening to Brian McKellen on a live version of Brighton Rock, like dreaming about making my own delay pedal, and right there, sparking the electronics engineering dream. But I would be a hypocritical lying sack of cunt. Like, yes, I did get my mind set on becoming an engineer once and for all, so that I would finally be done with my career and I could go on and like stop studying without feeling guilty about dropping out halfway through the thing, which prompted the creation of this amazing piece of genius that I presented as my thesis. The Brian May story might have had something to do with it, that actually happened, but ultimately I was just wanted to graduate. And I was also showing off back then. Like, I walked into the room with an amp and this Les Paul I have here. And yeah, and I felt cool as shit. Like, I didn't feel smart, not accomplished, not anything. It was just a cool motherfucker a few hours removed from some pizza in Jameson. And I got the higher score, and I stuffed myself. The end. So yeah, that's what I was doing back then. And that's how it is right now. I'm showing off. And there's more where that came from, because there's a lot more effects I'm working on. Because I'm an attention whore, and I wasn't hugged as a child, and I don't know, I'm also an intellect whore who will be more than happy to sell this thing to Electro Harmonix or whatever big name company is watching this. I'm sure they're all subscribers to this channel. If not, then shame on you. Alright, that's it.